Hello, you crazy bastards. My name is For Extraordinaire, and I am here to break down the new trailer for the classical era agrarian
Between
culture
the
coming to
17th and
Humankind.
14th century before Common Era, a major ecological mutation changed the environment of the Sahara.
Also, I forgot
The
their
lack
names
of
again.
rain transformed the region into a desert area and disrupted the way of life of human communities. True farmers of the desert,
Right,
the
there's the EQ.
Garamantes fully adapted to this new environment and experienced a remarkable boom between the 4th century before Common Era and the 3rd century.
Alright, and they should have some terraforming ability, very unique.
This phenomenon is reflected in their agrarian orientation and their legacy trait,
Alright,
Desert in Bloom.
let's break this down and overanalyze. We're getting another legacy trait with influence bonuses. The Bantu had +2 influence per attached territory, I believe. Or actually, I take that back. The Outpost had +10 food per attached territory. Their legacy traits had +2 influence per adjacent territory. So +5 influence on main plaza if the city is growing is unique, not just a generic +5 influence. So you want to make sure you're always producing food. And then we have the Foggara, which is some canal system. It has +3 food, -10 stability as usual, and then +2 food per adjacent sterile terrain. So desert and just all of that typical arid terrain should qualify for this, and possibly even cold areas. I don't know if that counts as sterile terrain. I don't really play around with it too much. +1 food per adjacent rocky field, and then +1 food per adjacent stone field. So you're really going to want to max this out in like desolate starts where you can't get anything up. Though keep in mind you can only place one of these down as it is an emblematic quarter, so you have to be careful. And then they have their javelin riders right there.
This generates additional influence in their cities while their population is growing, allowing them to expand, pass laws, or claim wonders quickly if they maintain a good food supply.
In particular, they were able to take advantage of this hostile environment thanks to the Foggaras system. This made it possible
It's very,
to
very
cultivate
cool.
wheat, barley, vines, olives, and date palms.
Foggaras in Humankind can be built anywhere in your territory to harvest food from tiles that do not normally produce it, allowing you
That's
to grow
pretty
your
good.
population in otherwise infertile areas.
The only question is what you do
experts in
after
horse
you
breeding
go to the
and
medieval
training,
era.
The Garamantes were renowned for being excellent riders. They were known for approaching the enemy without
Okay,
engaging.
so we have the Javelin Raiders. They have 27 combat strength. I think that's a bit more. And they are a ranged horse unit, which is interesting, kind of similar to like a horse archer. But they have, I think, more strength than the typical ranged unit at this stage. I think like a lot more compared to like archers. 27 strength is a lot. And then we have move 1 after attack, very generic name. And then they can move a tile for free after attacking. So basically a horse archer. And that's kind of basically, I guess, their gist, but they are very strong for horse archer. So you'll just really have to see how they kind of compare with the Huns. I'll need to do, I don't have the Hun stats off the top of my head, but these look fairly strong for what they are.
Engaging in combat and harassing them by throwing darts to lure them onto unfavorable terrain.
27
The
combat strength
Garamantes
is nothing to
Javelin
scoff
cavalry
at.
can slip past the enemy lines to deliver a short-range volley, then fall back to make room for your other units to join the fray.
In Humankind, there are well over 1 million culture combinations, each providing unique gameplay possibilities and rich stories like the Garamantes. We can't wait to see how far you will push Humankind.
Okay, so not as meta possibly as the
Sometimes they
Bantu
do
with
not
like
normally.
spamming pops and whatever. And I just forgot to make the analogy in the other video that the Bantu are kind of similar to the Mongols and the Huns and how they function. Funnily enough, we have another similar unit with the horse archer, not horse archer, a horse javelineer, but it functions very similarly to the horse archer. I also just quickly checked, and it seems like they have the same combat strength as the swordsman. It has kind of been a bit since I have tested around with Humankind's combat system. But I think right here they show the swordsman having 27 combat strength. So there should be at least still, since you can move, yeah, right there. Actually, it has 26 combat strength, and then +2 from defending. So it should be still fairly strong. Being able to move and shoot, you should be able to move your units and kind of reposition them. That should be the main strength, and get them back behind friendly lines. So that should be very very advantageous if you can make the train kind of bend to your will. So if you have a mastery of training, make sure that you get behind cliffs and like readouts, you should be fine. But if you're just like putting these guys right up front, right up against the swordsman, like kind of what's going on here, you may be in some serious trouble. And you also have to watch out for the archers, since they are somewhat effective against the cavalry here. But, I think that's it for this video.
Abilities and rich stories like the Garamantes. We can't wait to see how far you will push.
Yeah, so that's it for this video. A bit shorter than the Bantu reveal. But thank you guys so much for watching. The Garamantes seem very interesting with their Foggaras. And I think that'll be it for this video. But thank you guys again. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe. And I hope to see you guys again. All right, love you guys. Peace.
Olives,